Oh my gosh, how can I ignore the giant hammer? Is that a hammer or is it an oil drum?
What was your favorite part about working on Ouran?
Oh my gosh. I love Ouran with a bloody passion. You guys, I don't know, I probably told you this already, but Ouran was one of the few shows that I knew anything about before I dubbed it. Caitlin Glass contacted me and she said, there's this show that I just saw and you remind me of this character so much. Now the funny thing, you guys, is this was before the show was even licensed. So it wasn't like Funimation's doing this show and you should audition for this guy. It wasn't that at all. It was just Caitlin going, OMG, I found this show and you should watch some of it because there's this character that reminds me of you. So Caitlin gave me like the first 3 episodes. And I watched it because I love Caitlin. And I immediately fell in love with Tamaki. I'm like, oh my gosh, he is so dorky and adorable, and he takes himself so seriously. He thinks he's so romantic, and then next thing you know, he's building a hamster home in the corner. I love this guy. I love him. But you know what, you guys? That was a bad move on my part. You don't fall in love with a character before you ever get the chance to play the character. Because you're setting yourself up for some big disappointment, right? It's kind of like jinxing yourself, you know what I mean? It's like walking up to the plate going, I gotta hit a home run, I gotta hit a home run, I gotta hit a home run, right? It's almost like assuring you're gonna strike out, you know? So, but the good news is that shortly after that, Funimation got the license for the show, but then still you have to audition. So I went in and auditioned for Tamaki, and Kate knew I wanted to play Tamaki. And she toyed with me. I went in there, and she said, I walked into the room, and she said to me, quote, well, we know who you want to read for. And I was like, I was so nervous, you guys. I'd done like 80 shows by that point, and I was nervous. Why? Because I fell in love with that character, and I really wanted to play it. So I went in there, and I did my best Tamaki, and then, you know what Caitlin said to me? Do you want to read for anybody else? I mean, like, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll read for Kyoya. And I'll read for one of those weird twins. So I read for these other characters, but secretly I'm like, if I end up getting cast as one of these, and, you know, not getting to play Tamaki, could you imagine how hard it would be if I'd have gotten cast, let's say for instance, if I'd have gotten cast as Kyoya, imagine, oh, I could do it. It's not as good as Michael Taylor, but here's my point. Had I gotten cast as him, imagine how much I love Tamaki and recording all of those scenes as Kyoya, watching Tamaki on the screen, and somebody else's voice coming out of him. I would be like, but, thank God, I got to play Tamaki, and it's one of my favorites. People ask me who my favorite character was that I ever played. I would have to say Ed. I mean, there's no way that I could not play that gorgeous little pipsqueak as long as I did and not totally love him. Thanks. But Tamaki Suo is a very close second place. Very close. I mean, Ed had better keep running because Tamaki is right on his heels. I love Tamaki so much. Yes, sweetie. On the floor in your adorable cosplay. Yeah. Did you have a question? Did you not think I was going to see you down here? What? Get up here. Of course you can. You make a wonderful Ed. You're a little tall.